Hello and welcome to Out and About with St. Augustine. My name is George Troth. Our guest today is Brandy Maya, who has come to tell us about the monthly food distribution, which happens on the last day or the last Friday of the month here at St. Augustine's. Welcome, Brandy.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So how many years has St. Augustine's done the food distribution?
It's been several years now, the origin was really during COVID, when other forms of food outreach, such as community meals, weren't really an option. And there was an observed increase in food insecurity in our community. And then after COVID started to subside, we saw participation continue and even increase, indicating an ongoing need in the community. And so we have continued those distributions since.
What are some of the food items that are distributed, and where do they come from?
So we partner with Crossroads, a local nonprofit focused on building nutrition-stable communities. And because of their focus on nutrition, not just calories, they provide, and we can therefore distribute, a variety of foods, including fresh foods. So there's usually produce and maybe milk, eggs, that kind of thing.
And who is the clientele that comes to the monthly food distribution?
It's our neighbors. And while we don't collect data like addresses, we can tell from conversations and other indicators that most of the participants are from neighborhoods around St. Augustine's. We even have several individuals who walk on a regular basis to come to the distributions. One thing that's, in terms of the participants, that's been really lovely to see is there's several who have chosen to stay and actually volunteer. So they might come early, pack a box for themselves, maybe a friend or a neighbor, and then stay to help with the rest of the distribution. And it's a really beautiful indication of how St. Augustine's can partner with those we serve to then serve others.
Approximately how many families are usually served?
It varies, but I would say recently we've been averaging about 200 families per distribution, which, if you assume maybe 3 to 4 individuals per family, means we're serving between 600 and 800 individuals per distribution.
Where is the distribution held?
Here at St. Augustine's, usually out the back doors by the alley, allowing cars to queue there, and it provides some shelter for our volunteers from sun and sometimes.
And what is the date and clock time?
The last Friday of the month at 10:30, with some variation for holidays when Crossroads might be closed. And then we do ask volunteers to come around 10 o'clock to be ready for the distribution to actually start at 10:30.
And what do the volunteers do during the distribution?
So our volunteers unpack the truck and then sort items into boxes and bags, and then actually load those into cars when the distribution actually starts. One thing, in case people wonder, is the kind of the roles of who does what varies based on who's there that day. And so if someone has physical restrictions and they can't load heavy boxes into a car, for example, there's plenty to do sorting items into boxes and bags. So there's things to be done for almost anybody who comes.
And if someone is interested in participating in the food distribution, how can that person show interest?
Reaching out to the church office, and Mickey can then put folks in touch with me, or I'm here almost every Sunday, and so people can feel free to grab me after the service, and I can get their information that way.
Well, very good. Well, thank you for all this very good information.